Hey, good morning, 6th grade. This is your language lesson, looking at lesson 14, grading a few things on 14, and reviewing for your test, which you will take on Thursday. Today is Wednesday, April the 8th. Tomorrow, Thursday, April the 9th, will be your language test. Make sure you take the right test 609. Make sure you get the right one when you get it to take it. And we will review a little bit right now for that. Turn to your self-check, lesson 14. And let's go over a few things. Number 1 through 21, your indefinite pronouns. There will be a list like this on the test, where all these indefinite pronouns are listed, and you will have to write whether they are singular, plural, or either. I imagine that there's a list on your reference sheet, but I don't know that for sure, so check that out. You should know the ones that are either singular or plural. That means depends how they're used, depends what they're used with. They're considered singular or plural. There are 4 that are only plural. Let's look at them. Just fill these in, okay? Even if they're even ones. Number 6 is plural. Both is always plural. If you see both as a subject, both needs to agree with a plural verb. Number 10, many is always plural. 14, few, always plural. And number 20, several, always plural. So both, many, few, and several are always plural. There are 5 that can be either singular or plural, depends how they're used in the sentence. Number 2, none is either, either. Number 4, some is either. 12, most is either. 16, all is either. And 19, any is either. And all the others are singular. So you have 4 that are always plural, 5 that can be either. And that list, you'll have a list like that on your test. So if those are not on your reference sheet, then make sure you memorize the either ones and the both ones, and all the rest are singular. 22 through 26, they say put parentheses around prepositional phrases. Now the reason that they say to put parentheses around prepositional phrases is because if you have one of those either indefinite pronouns, you go by the object of the preposition that indefinite pronoun is referring to, and if the object of the preposition is plural, then a plural verb needs to agree. If it's singular, a singular verb needs to agree. This is only for those either ones. Okay? Otherwise, you have ones that are always singular, need a singular verb, no matter what the object of the preposition is, or you have 4 that are always plural and always need a plural verb. So let's just look at 23 and 25. 23, none of the calves have or has been branded so far. None is an either one, right? So you have a prepositional phrase, of the calves, and you look at the object of that preposition, because that's the none. None is referring to calves. Calves is plural, so you need the plural verb have. So you should have none underlined, of the calves in parentheses, and then because that's an either or indefinite pronoun, the calves makes it plural. 25, some of the corn grows taller than 7 feet. Here's another one just like that. Some is the subject. That is an either singular or plural. The prepositional phrase is of the corn. Is corn singular or plural? Corn is singular. Okay? So some of the corn grows taller than 7 feet. How can you tell whether the either one, some, any, none, all, and most need a singular or plural verb? You go by the object of the preposition that they refer to. Look at the object of the preposition. All right. Let's look at number 33. Number 33, commas and semicolons. Remember when you have a series of town and state names or city and country names, something like that, you put in commas and semicolons. So this is what number 33 should look like, and there will be a couple of these in the test. So think about these. Number 33, Andrea has pen pals in Osage, comma, Arkansas, semicolon. Nampa, comma, Idaho, semicolon, and Elko, comma, South Carolina. Okay, there's always a comma between city and state. And then if there's a series of them, you have the semicolon after the states. Put parentheses around prepositional phrases and then label the adverb phrases. So you're putting parentheses around all the prepositional phrases, but you're only labeling, put ADV on top of the adverb phrases. Adverb phrases modify the verb, all right? They can come anywhere in the sentence, and they say, answer the questions, how, when, where, or why about the verb. Adjective phrases always come right after the word that they modify. So if it's an adjective phrase, and that's one of the things to look at, okay? Check out the prepositional phrase. Does it modify? Does it say, answer the adjective questions? Which one, what kind, how many, and whose? About the word that comes right before it. Number 35, there's only one prepositional phrase, in the village, and that's talking about people. The people, which people in the village? Saw the burning rice field, so you wouldn't label that at all. It's an adjective phrase. Number 34 has three prepositional phrases. Kenzo ran into the house would be an adverb phrase saying where he ran. Pulled a burning stick from the fire. From the fire is saying, now you have to watch these because sometimes you almost think that does that say which one, what kind, how many, or whose about the stick? No, that's talking about pulled. Pulled from the fire. Where did he pull it? Or from the fire. That's also an adverb phrase. And to his grandmother, returned to his grandmother. Where did he return? So all three of those are adverb phrases. There will be a section on your test, look at 37 through 39, a section on your test where you need to write how is this word used. So you have the same word used differently in sentences. So 37, is this a verb, noun, verb, or adjective? Please address these envelopes for me. That means please put the addresses on the envelopes. Address. All right, so address would be a verb. Write your address up in the corner. Address is a thing. That would be a noun. Jill went to get the address book from the desk. Their address would be an adjective. Know what's wrong with what for animals made those tracks, what animals made those tracks, which animals made those tracks, okay? All you need to do is get rid of the for. What animal made those tracks? Watch your punctuation in these things, okay? On your quiz, there were two of these that you were supposed to rewrite the sentences. They were interrogatives, they were questions, and a number of you got some wrong because you have periods instead of question marks. Just be very observant when you're rewriting sentences. Make sure you got that punctuation right. Mary watched the boys shoveling snow through the window. Well, how ridiculous is that, right? You could have, through the window, Mary watched the boys shoveling snow. Mary watched through the windows the boys shoveling snow. The best one would be to put the through the window at the very beginning of that sentence. Marshall wondered, how come this door is unlocked? How come is the same as why. Why is this door unlocked? Okay? Why is this door unlocked? It's asking a question. 43, adjectives. Most of you did fairly well in your quiz in this section. There will be a section like this on your test where you have to pick out adjectives. Adjectives are words that describe or modify nouns or pronouns. They say which one, what kind, how many, and whose. So find your nouns, people, places, things, ideas. Find your pronouns and say, is there any word describing it? Remember that a, and the are always pronouns. Always adjectives. A and the are always adjectives. So on the top line, the should be underlined. That, saying which morning. Okay? Ask yourself the question about these words in front of nouns and pronouns. That morning. Which morning? That one. She hugged her. Her is underlined. Her feet. Her is a pronoun, right? But when her is used, when these possessive pronouns are used in front of something, like her feet, right? Then her is an adjective. Slippered would also be an adjective. Which feet? Under her wide wool. Her wide wool. There's another her there. Whose skirt? What kind of skirt? What kind of skirt? Her wide wool. There's another the, as the sky. Turn from gray to pale pink. Pale, saying what kind of pink? Pale is underlined. The house, both underlined. Watch those nouns. So house you say is a noun. On this case, it's talking about the house door. Which door? The house door. So the and house are both adjectives. Vador stepped out donning his barn coat. His and barn, both adjectives. The path. Last line, the two small, the two and small, all modifying figures. The, modifying bench. His bushy eyebrows. His bushy. Whose eyebrows? What kind of eyebrows? All right. So no adjectives because there will be a section like that in your test. Make sure you're doing that right. Check that out. Okay, let me just look at the test a little bit. Again, you will have to label words that are the same word, tell whether it's an adjective, noun, verb, pronoun. Series of things that need commas and semicolons. Put parentheses around prepositional phrases. Draw an arrow from each to the verb that it modifies. So they must all be adverb phrases. One diagram. With diagrams, check out your sentence. Find the subjects, find the verbs, find the direct objects, prepositional phrases, predicate adjectives, nominatives. Check out conjunctions. If there's conjunctions, then you may need your rockets, things like that. The list of indefinite pronouns, whether they are singular, plural, or either. And then sentences where you underline the subject and choose the correct verb. Cross out unnecessary prepositions. So you have your at and about. And where are you at? Get rid of the at. Inside of something, just inside something, you get rid of the of. And you have a paragraph or a couple sentences where you have to pick out the adjectives and define what is a character sketch. All right, so a character sketch is what? So the definition of a character sketch, check that out. This should not be too complicated, 6th grade, all right? You do not have to do the very last one. You're copying a poem in your best handwriting. I'll remind you of that tomorrow when you get ready to take the test. So test 609 tomorrow. Good day.